When we first bought our little plastic greenhouse, I honestly didn't really know what to do with it. I knew it could be a powerful tool, something to help me stretch my season and grow more flowers, but I didn't really know how. So I found myself Googling, how do you actually use a greenhouse? Most of what I found was about gorgeous glass structures, year-round growing, heating systems, and foundations. And while all of that absolutely makes my heart skip a beat, that's not my life. I garden in the city of Pittsburgh, Zone 6B. And while my lot is pretty big for an urban garden, it's not like rolling country estate, giant glass greenhouse big. I don't really have space for a permanent greenhouse. And as it turns out, I don't really need one either. What I need is a seasonal tool, something that works hard in spring, helps me transition plants from inside to outside, and then goes away once I'm done with it for the season. So today, let me walk you through 5 very practical ways I use our humble little plastic greenhouse to help me grow tons of flowers. If you've bought one of these and it's sitting in a box somewhere, or if you've been considering one, but you're not exactly sure what to do with it, this video is for you. The first and maybe biggest benefit is that using this greenhouse frees up my indoor grow light setup. In early spring, my grow shelves get crowded. I have 4 shelves, each of which can hold a tray of 72 plants. So at any given time, I really can only have 4 trays of seedlings under my grow lights. So what I do for a lot of these seedlings is I germinate them under the lights. I wait until they put on a few sets of leaves, and then I get them outside into the greenhouse. For my cool flowers especially, this works great because they actually prefer chillier temperatures rather than my cushy 70-degree home. And once a tray goes outside, I can start another one inside. It doesn't make the plants grow faster, but it does greatly increase the number of plants that I can start. This transitional holding space lets my cool flowers continue to grow in their preferred environment, while I start a whole new batch of babies under the lights. In early spring, when I've got lots of trays to get going, using the greenhouse basically doubles the capacity of my flower producing system. The second way I use it is for hardening off seedlings, easily and gently. This isn't a heated glass structure that can protect plants through anything, but it does boost the temperature by 10 or 15 degrees, especially on sunny days, and that really helps the seedlings out. Plus, our property sits on a corner without a lot of trees, which means that the wind just comes ripping through here, especially in the springtime. Wind increases moisture loss. It stresses young plants out. It can stall growth or even physically damage tender stems. So the protection from the wind is every bit as important as the temperature boost. Plus, it makes my life a lot easier when I'm getting my seedlings ready to transition to living outside. Instead of schlepping trays outside and then back in every night for a couple of weeks, I can just put them in the greenhouse and they can gradually and gently get used to the new environment. Then I can keep an eye on the temperature and other conditions in the greenhouse as one unit rather than dealing with every individual tray. You know I like to make things easy when I can, and the greenhouse really helps with that when it comes to hardening off. The third way I use it is to get a head start on the coolest of my cool flowers, like pansies and sweet peas. These plants don't want tropical heat, They just want to be protected from extreme temperature swings. And the greenhouse lets me start them earlier than I could out in the open air. Once they germinate inside, I can bring them right out here for the second stage of their development. Natural light is so much stronger and better for plants, even than the best grow lights, and they love the cooler temperatures. So putting the real cold flowers out here lets me extend the front edge of my growing season by a couple of weeks. And in a changeable weather place like Pittsburgh, that makes a huge difference. I'm not fighting winter, but the greenhouse lets me kind of blur the edges of it a little bit in a way that makes the plants stronger. The fourth use for my greenhouse is pre-sprouting my dahlias and getting my warm weather crops going once the weather heats up. Dahlias planted into cool soil can sit and do not much for weeks. But when I pre-sprout them in grow bags in the greenhouse, I can give them a couple of weeks of head start before they even get in the ground. The same goes for zinnias, cosmos, and celosia. Once we have more than 12 hours of sunlight a day and the temperature gets up to 60-ish degrees, the greenhouse can take that up to 70 or 80 degrees, and that's exactly what these heat lovers want. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to grow zinnias in March. I'm just using the greenhouse strategically to amplify the spring warmth that we're already getting, turning it into an incubator for these warm weather seeds. But, and this is important, one thing we've learned is that the position of the greenhouse matters a lot. When we first got it, we put it in a full south-facing position, which was really helpful in the earliest parts of the spring. But as the weather started to warm up, it would get way too hot in there. Full afternoon sun in spring can turn this kind of space into a sauna, and there are almost no plants that like to grow in a sauna. So we moved it to a site where it would get full sun in the morning, but be in the shade by about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. This way, the morning sun can warm everyone up if there happens to be a chilly night, but nothing gets overheated and nothing roasts. Now, we do keep an eye on the temperature. When it's cold, we close it up, and when it's hot, we open it to get that airflow moving through. But it's pretty easy to keep up with that. The fifth way I use this greenhouse is to protect my container plants, my ranunculus and anemones that I'm going to start, my ferns and the bougainvillea that were overwintering in the garage. Come spring, they all want sunshine, but they don't want soaking rain or strong wind or sudden temperature drops. So the greenhouse takes the edge off the most extreme weather swings, all while providing plenty of natural light for these planties to wake up and start growing. Especially in early spring, where the days can be lovely, but the nights can be freezing cold, the greenhouse gives us a little protection and insurance for these plants, so they can be strong and ready to go once the season of frost is over. It's not a set it and forget it system, but it's not complicated. General rule of thumb is when it's sunny and or above freezing, I open it. When it's below freezing, I close it up. Now, is this greenhouse the most beautiful one that you can get? It is not. And I have to admit that those gorgeous glass greenhouses do make me drool a little. But honestly, for my urban garden, the humbler solution is actually the better solution. It goes up when I need it, it works hard in the spring, and when its work is done, we can put it away and reclaim all of that space for the rest of the season. In the city, square footage is precious, and I don't really want a fancy thing to look at all year. What I want is a tool that works for me when I need it the most. And for that, this simple greenhouse is absolutely perfect. This kind of greenhouse is not meant to make you a tropical paradise that you can visit in the middle of winter. It's not a permanent structure, it's a transitional environment. A lightweight, low cost, low commitment tool that can expand your capacity, protect your plants, and gently stretch your growing window without taking over your garden all year. For me, it allows me to grow way more flowers than I could without it, with less effort and stronger seedlings. It's become super important in my workflow as I ramp up into full-on flower producing mode. So I hope this video is helpful if you've been considering a greenhouse like this, or if you have one and you're not sure what to do with it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm here to help. Since you hung out to the end of the video, I have a little bonus for you. We got some winter sowing sprouts. It's only a few containers so far, but it bodes well. And this space is going to start pumping out flowers very soon, so I hope you will follow along and subscribe so you can see how all that goes. Have a great week, my friends. I will see you in the next one.